Hey, it's me and James back. We got episode 15 here. It's story time now. So we're gonna take a break away from the seriousness on seriousness for comedians. All this is jokes. Real shit, actually trying to give you facts to destroy the control system. Jokes for comedians. To like a more story time, kind of comedic, laid back, chill. Uh, James, how you feel? How you feeling right now?
I'm feeling really chilled out. Story time, stories are a part of humanity themselves, and there's nothing better than a nice little story to give you a nice little dreams when you go to sleep. And you know what I'm saying? You might start dreaming while you're awake as well. That is the goal. Make your dreams a reality when your eyes are open. So we're gonna talk about the little trip that Roman took when he came over to see me, and then we ended up going to Rome. I suppose we could start with what happened when you came over in the first place. So
Yeah, so I
what were
took a
your
fucking I went from Denver. I took a fucking 9 hour direct flight to this motherfucker in London. This shit was long, dude. We ate like 3 meals on the fucking plane, bro. I also almost freaked out sitting in a little small box like that for that long, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But bro, I think I fumbled the bag, bro, because I was looking over and like at the right side, and there's this good looking girl, bro, and she was like would not leave my eyes, bro. Like was just staring at me. And I kind of put it two and two together, bro. And I think she was trying to like tell me with her eyes, bro, by not looking away from me for fucking 3 minutes every time I looked at her, just like meet me in the bathroom type shit, mile high time. Regardless, I
attraction?
pulled up. The first problem is I pulled up to London and James was not at the fucking bus stop at the fucking airport like he was supposed to be. So I had to figure out in a different country that I'm not from.
Dude,
Real quick though,
dude, saying like it's a different language. You're speaking English. Direct, because
it,
I'm pretty sure
it's
that's
in, it's English, bro, but it's like the biggest problem is that my phone didn't work. So like it's not like I had anything direction wise besides, so I was really just going off signs and asking people, so I had to figure out how to get fucking the bus ticket, meet you like 30 minutes away. Where did I meet you, bro? That shit was lit, actually. That shit was really nice. Where was that?
um,
It's like 30 minutes away from where I was.
yeah. So you got the train, and then no, you flew in, and you had to get a train. I think it might have been Charing Cross. I can't remember what it was. Um, Yeah, I remember I hadn't seen Roman in so long. I see him coming through the thing. I was like, there's that motherfucker, stick out like a sore thumb. Stick out like a thumb buddy walking through the thing. I'm like, there he is. Um, yeah, and then we got the train back into Dorking. And yeah, even on the way back first when we happened, we met an agent. We met an agent, a female agent on the fucking train who was coincidentally also from America. That was a bit funny, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, we were a covert sex the operandi miratus, I think, of the state is surveillance and understand, and I really firmly believe they do have robot surveillance, like
Oh
and
yeah.
like different agent. They have, you know how many federal bureaucrats are employed, dude? Like way too many, bro. Half of them are doing like just like individual person work. And if you're a threat in any way to the establishment, you're gonna get interrogated. All your information's on a database, dude. It's not that hard.
Yeah, it's not difficult at all. Yeah, so we saw her, and then we were going to link up with her or something. And she actually did come through and text us once we came back to Rome. Obviously, we didn't end up seeing the bitch, but yeah, and then we came back into Dorking, and I can't remember what we did on that. Now I think that was when we got the Bengal fish, and then what was it? The next day we went to the park to go and do some recreational activities, and we went up to the top and we saw about some school kids fucking dry humping on the bench over there, Humpty Dumpty. That shit was just in Dorking, which was funny.
Yeah, the first thing I see, dude, I'm fucking walking around and dorking, like real first taste of it. Finally off like traveling trains and shit like that to get to where I need to go. There's two fucking school kids just pretty much fucking on the bench. I'm like, whoa, like they were fucking, dude. That nigga nutted, bro.
Oh yeah, he definitely noted. He had to go home, try to tell his mum, "Oh, I'll do my washing today, mum. No, don't worry, I'll do." Little Johnny wanted to do washing by himself for the first time. Mum's wondering, why would do that?
And
She had
she's
no
yeah,
idea what trousers.
she's wondering why his crotch smells like dish soap and there's a big fucking wet region in the front, dude. And little Johnny, let's just say, fucking, this is real shit. This is real shit. This one girl I fucked when I was in high school said that her mom could smell her like that smell her and be like, yeah, you were having sex.
Yeah, sex that I mean, there is, you know, when you go into a room, I don't know if you've had it, like someone's been having sex somewhere and you go into the room, shit, there is a certain smell, you know what I'm saying? Like pretty much smells like pussy.
Yeah, I was just like, well, I don't know if someone's just gonna come out of a room after that and like you're
I
gonna be like the smell is I don't know, dude. That sounds a little fishy to me. So you think that's
feel a
valid?
little
You think
fishy as well. Don't sound a little fishy, smells.
yes. You think that's valid though? You think the mom smelled it?
Or maybe it's just maybe it wasn't just smell, maybe it was a combination of factors, sense data that leads into it. Maybe she was acting sketchy, maybe she was acting this one way or the other. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, Roman probably pulled the bitch's weave out or whatever she was wearing, but pulled the bitch's hair out in the fucking toilet. She's like, you know what I'm saying? Her hair was all messed up, maybe, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about that. But yeah, so carrying on, so we want to spend most of the time talking about our trip to Rome, so we'll get into it. Then I'll let you tell the story. So we for this fucking, by the way, we'll talk about Wizz Air, by the way. If you're flying anywhere, make sure you do not fly with Wizz Air. Expect long delays, maximum minimum 2 hour delays. They'll give you cheap ass tickets and that service will be cheap as shit as well. But yeah, so we had to download our tickets the night before onto our phone and scan a barcode to get through check-in. And do you want to explain what happened in that situation?
I think James and technology have long butted heads. I mean, he doesn't have a TV in his house because he ends up fist fighting it every time. He doesn't have Wi-Fi because somehow the Wi-Fi gets curb stomped. Actually, I had this nice FM radio at my house when he was here in the US. And just one day I caught him beating the dog shit out of it with a 9 iron. He got out of my garage. So James has a long, weird history with technology. And to I regress, I guess, but this nigga James could not scan a barcode to get on to a plane, ended up delaying us. Then he couldn't scan a ticket to a passport to get out of international checking when we got back to London from Italy. So both times I pretty much ended up sitting there waiting
No,
long ass time because someone doesn't know how to use a barcode.
no. Okay, it wasn't that I didn't know how to use a barcode. Basically, the barcode downloaded, and for some reason, maybe it's because I've got an old phone, or maybe the resolutions in it aren't as good. Shit was like pixelated and blurry. And obviously, I should have clocked that before that it probably wouldn't scan. But I basically got to the fucking check-in bit, you know, where you do like the bag security shit, and it wouldn't scan. So I had to go all the way back to the fucking Wizz airline, and these lot, I felt like I was in an episode of South Park. We had two lines. They had priority passengers, and it's literally called priority, non-priority. I said, I went to go up to the bitch. I was like, oh, I need to like get this ticket ASAP. Like, I need to go. She's like, are you a priority passenger? I was like, nah. She was like, go in the non-priority queue. Shit was long as hell, bro. I was standing in that queue about ready to fight this bitch. Eventually got there. I had to get a boarding ticket. Went fucking all the way back through, go and catch to see Roman. But on the way back, every time I do it, I scan my passport. Even coming back into my own country, they go and make me get that fucking shit checked out. I damn near saw a guy coming over from fucking Bengal with a fucking fake passport, let that shit scanned and let him go through. So I don't know what's happening to me.
Yes, James was 0-2 with scanners that trip. So as long as you're not a little piece of plastic equipment with glass and that scans numbers and purports to a system, like James is gonna crush you. So, but regardless, so we pull up to Italy, right? Because London was kind of chilled. Like we just chilled. We went out. We might have had a beer at the pub. We ate some Bengal fish and we left. But when we pulled up to Italy, it wasn't 3 minutes before we were getting harassed by the police asking for our fucking where we were from and all types of shit.
Dude, we didn't even. So we came out of the airport, got on the train, and we literally got off at the train station. We were coming up the stairs. Two police officers came, started to check our passports, and then just dipped. They literally came there, checked our passport, and then dipped.
Yeah, snagged us out of everyone. Said we need to see your passports. Ask if we were tourists. Blah blah blah. and then just dipped out after scanning our information. Like they didn't just do that 20 minutes before at the fucking airport for us to get into the gate. And
Yeah.
then, now that was not only bullshit, but the other bullshit part that, well, honestly, it wasn't bullshit, but it set me up to think there was gonna be bullshit. Is our cab driver emphasized that there was gypsies that pickpocket and they're a really big problem. That didn't happen once.
Oh, that shit wasn't even remotely close to happening. I didn't see one gypsy person walking around. The only person I saw that were walking around harassing me were fucking Indian people trying to sell me fucking battery packs. And by the way, I bought one of them shits, and after that shit ran out, it started taking battery from my phone instead of giving it battery. Do not buy a battery pack from an Indian man in Rome. You heard it here first.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that for sure. But so we checked into our hotel. It was a pretty nice hotel. You know, we got our own bathroom, we got our own beds. We were up there. We come down, so we're trying to eat. Right, we just got to Italy. We're like, fuck, bro, let's smash some fucking Italian food. So we're not really like too adept yet with like what's a tourist trap and how to spot it versus like what's like an actual like Italian like recipe family run restaurant or like a really good place, you know? So the first place we ate at was definitely a tourist trap. And I had chicken saltimbocca, and that shit was pretty much a piece of jerky on my plate. Am I not joking? With
Dude,
a toothpick in it.
dude, I felt sorry that a chicken had to die for it to be served and cut up like that. I honestly felt bad for the chicken that lost its life for that to be. You know, if you're gonna fucking kill a chicken, at least make that shit taste nice and look good. That shit looks sorry. I had a
Yeah,
pizza. That shit tasted not much better than a frozen pizza from fucking any shop that I could have bought.
yeah, at least Nando's respects their chicken and makes it good when people fucking devour its flesh with its kids on it in egg form. But so after that, we kind of learned our lesson because we went there and then immediately we kind of figured out what was going on. So that pissed us off because we're like, okay, we're in Italy, like what the fuck? So we immediately researched, asked around, within probably 20 minutes of leaving that place, me and James understood, okay, there's tourist traps and then there's real ass places.
Mhm.
So from there, I'm pretty sure we just bowled around that night, didn't we? That first day we just absolutely bowled.
Yeah, we literally got there and I mean, like at the first, we thought we were only there for like 2 days, and then it was like only the next day we realized we actually had an extra day there. So we were trying to go and see a bunch of shit and do a lot of stuff. Yeah, we were just balling around, sit like observing the architecture, like getting a feel for the city. And in the end, we didn't pay to go inside and see any of the fucking bullshit. Like fucking get in a queue and pay this to go and see some fucking.
The queues were ridiculous, and we pretty much saw it from where we were. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, we've been there before anyway. We pretty much built that shit, but either way.
Yeah. We got there, I'm pretty sure we went right to the Basilica, walked around it. Like, so we stayed in Vatican City, and the way Rome's set up is there's like a center, and it's like Rome in the middle, and like a moat around that bitch, pretty much, with like bridges to different areas. There's like a bridge to Travis, which is like the university place, like kind of more kids. Like, not, it's all right. It's kind of got some architecture. Then there's a bridge to like the left, which is like Vatican City, and Vatican City and Rome are literally two separate entities. The Vatican City is actually its own country, and it's the smallest country in the world. So we stayed right by Vatican City. So when we pulled up, we literally immediately went to like the Vatican, the front of the Vatican, like the Basilica, and walked around all that because we wanted to see it. And it's crazy because the Vatican itself, when we're driving in from Fiumicini Airport, which is like on the ocean, you drive in. We're driving with a taxi driver. I don't know what the fuck anything is, but like he's telling us, he's like, "Hey, this is the walls to the Vatican." So the whole Vatican, bro, is just surrounded by walls, like huge ass fucking walls. So that made me think of like World War Z shit. And one of the other cool things that I also liked about driving in from the Fiumicini airport is you actually see like parts of Italy. Like you see like there's little garden vegetables and shit like that, and you kind of see the more rural section before you get into the urban areas. What do you think about that, James? Because I was talking about how the Vatican walls were like World War Z shit.
Yeah, that shit was like a literal. Well, just by the way, I've just gone and got my buddy. You know, I saying, man, like, sigh.
Introduce yourself, pal. What's his name?
Tyler,
Tyler.
uh,
how you doing, buddy? Boxer.
Yeah, do you fight or?
Yeah, was supposed to be, but I haven't really got around to doing it yet at the minute. I'm good at it, but I've just been going out having too many drinks.
It's about the recipe for a good time. Yeah.
Do you fight like you fight, or you just like to
He
go out
fights
and
on the
fight?
street, bro. I ain't gonna lie, this guy's a nutter
Oh,
on the street.
I got you.
In the ring. In
Allegedly.
the ring.
Look at them
And
knuckles.
my grandpa has a ring like that, bro. But his is a horseshoe.
Yeah, mine is.
What's in the middle of it? A horse?
Yeah,
Why? Why?
I don't know. I just like it, man.
That's not that horseshoe doesn't mean anything.
No, my mum just bought it for me. She thought it looked nice, so I thought I'd wear it.
Oh shit, that's nice.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
nice.
Them are real diamonds in that?
Yeah,
Damn, dude, you just wear I guess you guys aren't in like central London, huh? I was gonna say, dude.
we
Nah,
I
run
don't know
we
about
town, brother. We run this town.
running jewelry though, like flashy, expensive jewelry though.
Nah, that's we're just to be fair, we're not out in London, to be honest. We don't.
but we're right around London anyway.
Yeah, no, we're chilled anywhere we go, to be honest. But
Yeah,
yeah, what we're talking about, we're talking about taking a trip to Rome.
yeah, I was just talking about the Vatican walls and how that shit was cool. And
Yeah,
then
it's real cool.
I think it was cool how like I don't think many people conceptualize this, but Vatican City is its own country and it's like across the river, across the bridge, right by Rome, but it's its own thing. People in the US probably think they're both the same exact thing.
No, yeah, it's literally its own. It's kind of like how it is in Spain with Barcelona. Barcelona is like it's not separate. They've applied to be a separate entity. They have like their own flag. It's the same in England actually. A place called Cornwall has its own flag, and in Rome, like Vatican City is actually classed as a separate entity from the rest of the country.
Yeah, with the Italian like language is so similar to Spanish too. I feel like the motherfuckers pretty much like change three syllables in a couple of their words in there, and they're just like, fuck it, change the O's with the A's and the I's with the E's, and we'll just call it Italian.
Yeah, pretty much. So what? So yeah. So we spoke about the architecture. That shit was cool. So what? I remember one of the first things that happened on the times we were there when we went and ate at that restaurant. I think we told it where you got the fresh frozen fish. That was a bit.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we talked about how that guy tried to scam me and sell me the fucking food out the bottom of his freezer, pretty much.
Yeah, that shit was. I remember when it. I remember you ordered it, and I was like, okay, fair enough. Like that should be good. I think I just got like an Alfredo or some shit. That chicken tasted like it was from fucking cat food tin or some bullshit. Either way, that was edible. But I came out. That
But we're
fish
30,
was not good for consumption from any fucking person, let alone fucking you.
well, you're fucking 30 what minutes maybe from the ocean, bro? Like you think that shit would be kind of fresh.
Yeah, but the oceans are fucked anyway, so they probably got that shit flown over from fucking Antarctica or some bullshit where they catch that shit.
Nah, dude, that shit was 2 years old, sitting in the bottom of his fucking freezer. It had old ice cream drippings on it that fucking from frozen and frozen, melted, refrozen ice cream. That
Dude,
fuck,
fucking rumor going around is that shit was from the Ice Age. Rumor going around from the
yeah,
last. We fucking had a bullshit.
yeah, I was eating an Australopithecus fucking body, dude. That shit was from 3 evolutions ago. But one other thing that was cool, but also pissed me off, that Rome sells people just like broken down bricks. Like you gotta pay to go see a bunch of broken down bricks, and you're pretty much just paying to imagine what was there. Because all you that shit, like the Roman Forum, bro, you pull up to that shit, that was just fucking rubble. That shit looked like Palestine right now.
But it's funny you say it because remember there was that thing about Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk having a fight, and apparently they were looking at it doing it at the Colosseum in Rome, and I was like, dude, that shit would collapse the moment someone steps foot into the track. Like that shit is not practical at all. We went to go and see it. We didn't end up paying for nothing, and to be honest, I don't regret doing that at all.
Dude, the fucking ants don't even go in there, bro. That thing's a whole ass hazard. Bro, that was probably the biggest tourist trap I thought was paying for a bunch of ruins and fucking stubble bricks. What was that? What do you think? For the Roman Forum entry, it was like $50, right?
Yeah, I think it was. And I remember we looked before about trying to get like a ticket or a pass to go and see all of them at the time, but To be honest, but when you're there for 3 days, if we ended up queuing for all that shit, we would have spent our entire time basically just in a queue.
Well, we didn't get a Coliseum entry pass or a Forum entry pass because I told you it was going to be Rebel and you're going to be able to see it from outside. I said, bro, what's the point of going in the Coliseum when you could see it outside and paying $50?
Right. Do you remember though? We didn't pay to go and see any of the bait places. Remember that one place we went into, that real important looking place? You know, the one where we're up on the hill and we end up going up these stairs, like right to the top into this building, and we were like, oh, this must have been. Do you remember that was probably one of the dopest places I saw there, and that shit was just free to go in.
Yeah, like in Julius Caesar's palace and like where they have his like kingdom and shit like that and like his old church and shit. That was really cool. Like right up there on the hill, kind of above like what was that place called? That was a certain church. It was a special one. I'm just not remembering it.
Fucking right. Yeah. So what other bullshit is happening there? So we spoke. We'll go. I think this was towards. I can't remember what happened before we went to the Otello and the fucking girl fainted as soon as she came in, or what happened with the taxi driver? We were riding around in one of them I don't know what it's called, where there's two. Sorry, right. Yeah, where there's two
And
people. Yeah, I don't,
tandem electric bikes.
yeah, we were riding around one of them, and then I think it was after that. I ended up fucking jaywalking. A taxi driver came out and started trying to fight Roman. So what was happening there, bro? Came out with a screwdriver in the end.
Oh, he had to get that screwdriver when he quickly realized I hit him with the jab quicker than he could blink. Also, that one kick and the switch teep in the chest. He had a rude awakening, you know. So we went and got a screwdriver. Regardless, I do have to get this off my chest. Is having been to Roma, Italia, and Las Vegas, Nevada. Las Vegas, Nevada has a better Caesar's Palace.
Oh
I
yeah.
swear, dude. Like, nah, I'm kind of fucking around a little bit, you know, but swear, like Vegas did it better, bro. Like they got the statues all marble, like it's all newer. Shit's crazy, dude. They got a fucking fountain outside, bro. They got the Eiffel Tower across the street. I don't know, bro. What drugs do you think the people were on that fucking designed Las Vegas, bro? That had to be some shit, bro. To put the whole world on a strip. That's crazy. Put a kingdom right here, a knight's castle. Put New York right here. Right here, we're gonna put the Eiffel Tower. Right here, put Julius Caesar's Empire. Over here, we're gonna put Italy. Wait, what's that place called in Italy in the top where Venice?
Venice,
Then
yeah.
yeah, they put like a pyramid there, bro. Like I know you haven't been to Vegas, bro, but that shit's absolutely nuts.
Oh, dude, they were on the same shit that a lot of other creative people were. They were definitely on acid. I can tell you that for a fact.
Oh yeah, dude, they're on something, bro, because they put everything on that fucker, bro. And the fact they have this sphere there now, the sphere is like this huge ass screen, bro. It's like the biggest screen in the world, and it makes like a 4K dome all the way around it inside too. So they just have everything down there. I don't think anything's even close anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, and that's definitely somewhere I want to go. We spoke about that, balling out in Vegas. A lot of casinos there as well. Obviously, it's a money making scheme, but at the same time, shit's cool. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of work to be done, and those sorts of things will get completed. And Roman even said this to me the other day. You know, we've got ideas about going to do this and going to do that and do this, but it's not even about those things mainly. It's about the progress we're making, and you know, we couldn't live without figuring this shit out and trying to make the world a better place. That's really where the passion is. That's what we do it for.
Oh yeah, dude. But back from Vegas now, because Vegas does have a better Caesar's Palace. Italy itself had very good food. Like when we ate at good food places, that one place we ate, like Rione Bistro,
Yeah.
that place was good. It only sat like 10 people at a time or some shit like that. But they had like good prawn, linguine, carbonara, good wines, very good food, homemade. It was pure too. It didn't make me tired. Like when I eat pasta and shit in the US or something like that, I usually need a nap after. But there I felt great the whole
That
time.
that was fresh. Like you could feel the love in it. That was almost like soul food. You could feel it was made properly, and you could feel it was made with heart and with soul. And you ate it, and we had a glass of wine there, and we were feeling good. We were feeling nice. But then what happened? We went to Otello that night, so we had to queue to go and get this place. Originally, we went there. I told the brother, I was like, "Yeah, we can come in." He was like, "Yeah, come, come, come." Didn't realize that the name wasn't even down the list. So we were in the queue, didn't even have the name, and he went to put the name. We eventually got in there, sat right in the middle of the place, and a bitch literally walks in. We don't even realize she just faints right to the floor. She's wearing a dress. Her whole dress was part. You see the bitch's undies under there.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, I think the thing that concerned me about that was the unresponsiveness of everyone else around us. How come I was the only one doing anything? There was fucking 40 other people. I don't know this bitch. Pretty sure her boyfriend was right there. Should be some medical authorities of some sort. You'd think that they would like hop in, you know. I'm just sitting there kind of looking around, asking someone to like call fucking the police or someone like professional to take care of this shit. Because to be fair, I don't know if she was dead or what, dude. But regardless, I think we talked about that a little bit. But I remember when we left there, we went and walked around, and that's when we found some of the crazy shit. Like we went to the Trevi Fountain, and that shit looked like someone sat there with like a little razor and just was able to etch all these little crazy ass carvings and shit, just make the shit so detailed. And it was just so 4D and it's beautiful. And like there's no really city pollution there, so you can see the stars, bro. And at night, the Trevi Fountain is different. It's cool, like it's buzzing and it's just fucking beautiful. Like it's a marble sculpture. And the thing about Rome is you're walking around, you can go around a corner in Rome and there's a brand new different courtyard that opens up and it's vibrant and there's fucking like crazy fountains and shit. Like we were just walking and we went around a corner and we went, there's just this huge Washington DC looking monument. And then right next to it, there's another huge statue pillar up into the sky. Like that shit was on every corner. So when that shit was back in the day, and the roads there were cool too, they were cobblestone. So it was like that shit's old as fuck. It's been around forever, been around for like 2,000 years. It lasts forever, and all that sculpture's been there. So when that shit was brand new, that shit had it been nuts.
Oh, dude, it was crazy. And it's funny you talk about the roads because they're about 2,000 years old and they're still intact today. But the roads that we use now start breaking about straight away, don't they? They last about what, about 30 minutes?
Yeah, 45 sometimes.
Yeah, you might be lucky if it reaches an hour, you know.
And there's a pothole.
Yeah, but yeah, Italy itself, it's a dope place, and there is some good people around. You know, we ended up going to Travestia or whatever it was called, and we actually saw some American folks over there. There's a guy studying, he was getting into a fight, and me and Roman were like, oh, fuck it, let's just go and check this out. He was trying to fight buddy over some bitch who was about six top, you know what I'm saying? He was fighting over some bitch.
It was 3 a.m. though, so she was a +2.
Yeah, she was a +2, and I mean, he was.
So she was an 8 at the time.
Yeah, she was an 8 at the time. You know, obviously, it was 3 a.m., but we hadn't really been drinking, so she was still a 6. But either way, yeah, we went and met Buddy, and he took a liking to us, and he invited us back to his little student apartment, and yeah, that they were living lavish out there. Huh? I think Daddy was giving him what, about 5K a month on his allowance.
Probably, he just walked us back. Like the sketchy ass part, let me remind you, because on the way back, I got some shit to throw in there. But he walked us back to his university apartment with like a bunch of other kids also from the US, like a couple of them from Chicago. He's from California. When we were walking back to his place, he told me and James his quick walk. It's probably about a 20-minute walk from where we were, which was 20 minutes opposite of where we were staying. So we're like, whatever, fuck it. So we start walking, bro. It's not even 5 minutes into this walk. And you see fucking spray paint on the sides. Doesn't look like a nice spot by any means. And it just looks like ghetto. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it's referred to as in Italy. That's my friend's girlfriend's Italian, and then they call that part of the travesty, they call it the ghetto. So that would explain a lot.
Yeah, it's the ghetto. We have ghettos everywhere, you know. That part, the ghetto. There was fucking police that tried harassing us there as well. And they tried 3 times in a row stopping us. So they pulled up and tried yelling at us to stop. Me, James, and the kid were following. The kid said, "Don't stop," to me and James. He said, "Don't stop, keep going."
Yeah,
and
like,
James were like, "What? Like that's how it works? Are we gonna get shot in the back?" So we keep going. They fucking loop around, try to do it again, and try stopping us again. And he says, "Keep going." No, and I keep asking him, "Bro, what's going on?" He's like, "Oh, they just want a buck, you know, like they're just corrupted." So I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna trust this kid, right?" I shouldn't have, you know. 5 seconds later, they pull up again, loop around, and try blocking us off. Like literally now they're fucking pulling their car onto the whole sidewalk trying to block us off and get to us. And we're pretty much almost running at this point.
Yeah, we're doing a little speed at least. We're breaking into a jog.
Yeah, so we end up just sprinting to this dude's apartment. And one of the first stories this dude tells us when we were there, and what I thought we were gonna get shot in the back. I'm surprised we didn't. What told me that I knew that we shouldn't trust this nigga is the first story he told us is that he just got back from London and got robbed outside at 3 a.m. from the club EXO and got all of his shit stolen. Like, clearly
Yeah.
don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, because obviously he's like, oh, some guys came up with puffer jackets and this, and obviously I'm from around this area, and obviously I go out to his place and that shit don't happen. It only happens to certain people like that. So he's like, I just went to a club EXO or whatever in London. I got rolled. I just started laughing, bro. I swear. He's
Bro,
like,
he said they forced him at knife point to open his phone and like so they can get his phone in his phone. And he said they opened a loan in his name, opened new credit, like all types of shit, bro. So they probably made out like a bandit off this dumbass.
dude probably didn't even give a fuck. We literally met the brother, and he's flying out the next day to Paris to go to a festival, and then flying back the next couple of days. Obviously, Daddy sorted it out. Maybe his fucking maybe the money he was getting every month from his little fucking pocket money was maybe closer to 10K.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, he definitely was a California rich kid. He had a dad with fucking limitless pockets. So wasn't like his big deal for him. It was more inconvenience that he had to do all that shit, download a bunch of apps on a new phone.
Yeah, bro. He probably told Daddy he probably told Daddy he got robbed, and he said, nah, son, that's a good bit of charity work there. Keep the loan open, you know what I'm saying? They can take what they want.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
So I'm trying to think of other shit that happened. There's so much. I remember when we got back,
So
writing it down. But what I wanted to talk about was the little dispensaries they had out there. That's something that slipped my mind. So that they got some dispensaries out there, which shouldn't really be called dispensaries, but yeah, they're selling vapes and weed out there, which have about 0% THC content in them, and they sell it as weed. I remember we were haggling a girl in the shop, and she damn near, well, I was fucking chatting a bunch of bullshit to her. She damn near kicked us out and wasn't even going to sell that shit. I had to bring that
no,
back.
she brand new called the police.
We ended up buying one of her vapes, and yeah, if you go to Rome, make sure you don't buy one of them because they don't do jack shit.
Yeah, they have these like fucking tourist scam Amsterdam pop-up shops, and they sell like not THC but legal weed by making it like Delta 8 and like one little like group off of THC. So it's like THC 1 or THC 8 or Delta 12 or some fucking bullshit like that, box logo Supreme Tea or something like that. But when we were there, we saw that and we had no clue at the time. So we just saw that and we're like, bro, there's no way, like dope. We went in there, they had beers with like weed beers, which was cool and shit. So, and then we figure out when we were in there by reading it, that it's pretty much a scam.
Yeah, shit's a straight up scam. And I remember she tried saying to us, she was like, oh, there were some Americans that came over and, they kept coming back to buy it. And I was like, what's that supposed to mean, darling? They're probably fucking loser like you are.
Yeah, fucking Jimmy and Timmy came from Kansas at the age of fucking 18 on their fucking parents' fucking wallets. Never knowing what the fuck weed is and was able to buy that shit from you. And they might have came back and bought it from you again because that placebo fucked him up.
Yeah,
Don't give a fuck about your shit.
they thought they looked cool with Little Vape. Managed to draw a 5 out of 10 on the night out. Give her a smack on that. She got the placebo effect as well, and they started thinking that shit was cool.
So being that it was a scam and me and James knew it wouldn't get us high, of course we bought one, right? So,
We got to do the experiment. Got to see if
so I put like 20 in, I'm pretty sure. And James paid 45. Because I paid 25, I think, and James paid 40. Because James was insistent on getting it. It was a vape cart for $65.
Yeah, and yeah, we struggled to charge it at the end. And obviously, like the fiend that I am, I had to go and buy a battery pack from Mr. India himself. And that's essentially why we bought that. But yeah, I was surprised as well. And we've given examples of it. A lot of the things when you go to Rome, especially in Italy, it's a scam. there's a lot of scam shit out there. You know, I thought going there, I thought this is Rome, this is capital of Italy, this is going to be the most civilized place I've been to. You know, you got scams walking everywhere. You got food scams, you got fucking Indian guys trying to sell you shit on every corner you go to. The police, the fucking whatever they were called, they're trying to fucking corrupted run up on our ass. You know, you're scamming to get into view these places with 2.5 hour queues, buying this, doing that. You know, a lot of the shit there was actually a scam, which is quite wild when you think about it.
Yeah, it's just tourist traps, you know, just like you can find anywhere. You just kind of got to see through and do a little bit of research. That's all. That's all. Not a
Yeah.
big deal.
I remember we were out one night and we what was that guy named, like Tebow or Tibor or
T
something?
T-Borg, he's from Switzerland.
Yeah, he came. We saw another little agent that managed to find our ass. Yeah, damn near fucking played with his head so much he had to leave. Tebow was acting a bit weird. Dan, do you remember we found this little bar which all the students go to, and we found it so easy one night. We went the next night to try and find it again, and we could not find it. That shit disappeared, bro. There was a glitch in the matrix. We walked down the same roads, up the same places.
Oh,
Not
dude.
find this place.
Yeah, dude, yeah, the crazy. So we found this bar, dude, and it was like you walk. I literally remember in my head, if we went there right now, I swear I could get there. When you walk into Travestia from above in Vatican or from across in Rome, there's that opening. And there's all those people selling chargers and shit, and all those people congregating. And there's like they're selling clothes, and you walk into the opening, and there's like those 3 lanes. And the lanes go into like different, you know, like crowded, like really popping business parts. We went down, I swear, the right one, bro, for what was it? What did it take us? An hour? We walked down the same place probably 40 different times, like the same thing, and it wasn't there. And the next thing you know, dude, we turn a corner and it's there. Like,
Dude, we turned that same corner about 5 times. Next time, something opened up in the fucking matrix, and this thing was just there. I don't know. We were asking people like, "Where's the fountain? Where the bar is? Where all the people go?" Everyone's acting like, "No, there's only one
yeah,
little fucking area."
I mean, we were in a moving labyrinth, bro. What the fuck?
Dude,
That
that's
shit was nuts.
it. Yeah, and there's definitely some stuff we've missed out. We've only got a couple minutes left here, but we ended up flying back out on Wizz Air, which had another delay. So make sure you do not fly using Wizz Air, despite the prices. Pay a little bit more and at least get there on time. Yeah, we did that. We came back into London, ball around there for a bit. There wasn't too much going on in London. Roman came and met a couple of my friends and ended up calling this bitch a stick insect, which was quite funny. She
I
was
did not call it a stick, bro. I was trying to make a point because she said like there's no physical difference between men and women. And I was like, well, that's why your arms look like fucking sticks, and mine are fucking bazookas. And you know, it's just a joke, but it was kind of like a abrasive joke, so she'd get the point, you know. There's a
yeah,
reason there's an NBA and a WNBA, man.
yeah. No, Roman's the king of saying jokes, which are jokes, but speak more facts than anything else. He'll tell you a joke that you laugh at, and at the same time you cry inside that. That's Roman.
Yeah, you ain't wrong, dude. This nigga ain't wrong, man. That's facts, dude.
I ain't wrong about much, and I'm definitely spot on with that.
Man, wrong about it. You're wrong about more than most people. But that concludes episode 15
It's
here.
another example.
I conclude episode 15 though. Good little chat. I
Yeah,
did most I did most of the talking, I feel like, you know. Sorry about that, James.
yeah, no, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you take the spotlight sometimes. Usually I steal that shit. So, you know, you got to give it, be humble and let other people have it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Met buddy Tyler. He came in. He's gone for a beer. I'm going to go meet him now. Maybe get a little drink. Maybe end up getting some Bengal fish down the road.
Yeah, find a big Polish bloke for me down at the pub, will you?
Yeah, I will. It's crazy that he's got the same ring as your granddad as well. That might say
Yeah,
a
my
lot.
grandpa doesn't have a horse. He has the horseshoe though. I thought he was like a cowboy or something, or did something like country.
Nah, he's a bit of a gypsy boy. He's a good lad. He loves to fucking fight, and that